Hello and welcome to BrookesTV. I'm Lish Motley.
And I'm Jack Attiwell.
This week's episode is full of stories from in and around Oxfordshire. We look into the expansion plans of the Kidlington Immigration Centre, as well as future plans for the city farm.
We also have an interview with Renee Watson about the Oxfordshire Science Festival. We check out Dancin Oxford and take a look into the world of banger racing.
But first, Oxfordshire County Council has announced massive budget cuts, which will potentially affect social issues in the area. £20 million has been removed from the public funds, and social care is the hardest hit sector. Here with the story is Michelle Jockers.
On the 17th of February, the Oxfordshire County Council agreed after hours of debate on its budget for the year 2015. The financial measure proved to be controversial, not only because it wishes to decrease adult social care by almost £10 million, but also because it raises the councillors' allowances by 19%. If the Conservative Party support broadly the plan, the opposition warned against the potential negative social impact for such reductions. While the County Council made its announcement, the Oxford City Council launched the Inequality Scrutiny Panel, an initiative which intends to look at how to address Oxford's social challenges.
My question really is quite a simple one, is are the things that we're doing effective, and if not, then what are the effective interventions that we can do with all the budgets and all the resources we've got?
That is extremely complex, the problem of food poverty in Oxford, and the response needs to be extremely multifaceted and delivered through numerous channels, and nothing in this is simple.
I think we also want to emphasise the gaps in the provision of advice services in the city. There are local small areas where there is no provision at all.
We spoke to Councillor Van Coulter about his objectives for the Inequality Scrutiny Panel and his view on the County Council's recent financial reforms.
I'm a City Councillor. In addition to representing a ward in Oxford, I also have a responsibility to hold the council to account through scrutiny. And we've decided this year that we'll look at a specific facet of scrutiny. Are we addressing inequality in Oxford? Are we doing everything we possibly can?
Next to the budget cuts, there was a little bit of controversy with the rise in the councillors' allowances by the county council. What is your view on that?
Okay, councillors' allowances have been frozen for a very long time. This is the first time I've actually been given an increase in my allowance. It costs a lot of councillors to do their work.
While it's hard to predict the social impact of the recent budget cuts, one thing is sure, it is already shaping the context for the forthcoming general elections. This is Michelle Jockers for BrookesTV News, Oxford.
The Controversial Immigration Removal Centre in Kidlington wants to expand in order to accommodate almost double the amount of people that it already houses.
However, the plans for the centre are facing opposition from a local campaign group called Closed Campsfield. Telis Vidalis has been investigating how it affects the immigrants and locals alike.
Six miles out of Oxford, next to Oxford Airport, an immigration removal centre is struggling to get permission in order to enlarge its facilities and services. The council house has been under the policy of Greenbelt since 1993, giving them more restrictions to expand it. However, the 28th of March 2014, they handed in an application to the Cherwell District Council in order to update and double their services. Since the press office stated that there is no art plan, our online sources explain that their main proposal is to have a twofold increase of detainees from 276 to 566. In addition to this, the Home Office and Ministry of Justice has offered to build 2 accommodation blocks that will include a kitchen, a dining room, worship, and health facilities block. As a Home Office spokesman stated, the Immigration Removal Centre plays an important role in our work to remove people who have no right to remain in the UK, and it is right that we have the adequate facilities in place. As the Immigration Removal Centre was to progress and develop, there are other people, companies, and organisations that want to shut it down. Last February, the Cherwell District Council took place in Bodycote to authorise the enlargement, but the closed council campaign was opposed to it. Bill McKay talked to BrookesTV presenting the reasons behind the purpose of the campaign.
It's called the Campaign to Close Campsfield. That's what it's about. It's a campaign to close Campsfield and all detention centres. There are 14 reasons why Campsfield should not be expanded. It's a particular document in response to the government plan to double the size of Campsfield. And about number 12 in that is that the councillors should consider matters such as it's wrong to lock up innocent people. In fact, that's our number one reason. Well, you shouldn't deprive people of their freedom.
Although Bister has another point of view to the Immigration Centre's plan.
If it's for housing people and taking care of them, I think they should definitely expand it and open it up to more people.
I agree with this, expansion plan, I really do. People need houses to live in, and it's good. Bister's getting bigger. It's an international community here, and the more foreign people we have, the better. We're all part of the world, aren't we? And as far as, building more houses, I agree we should. We really should.
Unfortunately, the Cherwell District Council has refused to give any statement to the camera, as the final decision has not been taken yet for the Immigration Removal Centre. The councillors decided to postpone it till the 19th of March, which will be open for the audience. I'm Telis Vidalis for BrookesTV.
Now, after a long campaign by residents, Oxford is one step closer to having its very own city farm. An agreement's been made with Oxfordshire County Council to use several acres of land in Florence Park near Iffley in East Oxford for the scheme.
The aim is to have the farm open by the summer. Zenia Popova has been to find out more on the story.
Oxford will soon have its own city farm. The farm steering group has managed to reach an agreement with Oxfordshire County Council for 2.5 acres of land after 4 years of negotiating. The land, which is currently derelict, is situated on Cornwallis Road, behind the IC's Care and Retirement Home in the Florence Park area. This is a significant development for the group, which has put a lot of efforts to form the charitable company and produce a strategic development plan while consulting with local people and organizations. We met with the chairwoman of the farm to get her thoughts.
We've secured an agreement to lease with Oxfordshire County Council, which is fantastic. We asked them for a peppercorn rent, which means that we basically have to pay them one peppercorn a year to have access to this space, and we asked them to have as long a lease as they could really feel was possible. And we asked for 40 years, and what's fantastic is that they have given us a 40-year lease. So it's really exciting because it seems like they've understood the kind of community-based nature of this project and that it will have to develop over time.
According to the current plans, the farm will include main building containing cafe and classrooms, barn for general use, animals quarters, greenhouse, fields for pigs, goats and donkeys, allotments for growing, forest garden, compost and parking spaces.
I think it would benefit the local people because there'll be sort of a little bit of countryside within Oxford. Obviously Oxford's very urban, but it'll mean that families, children can come down and see some animals, see how fruit grows, see it growing over the seasons, that from a little sort of small plant growing up and suddenly seeing what actually fruit grows. So it'll be really interesting to see that interactivity between people and seeing how all the foods are grown.
The city farm will offer a range of activities and opportunities. Linked work with local primary and secondary schools, targeted work with socially excluded sectors of the community, classroom space for learning, community meetings and group work, young city farmer clubs after school and in the school holidays, cafe and shop selling farm and locally sourced produce, and educational workshops.
I think it's a good idea, anything that gets children interested in animals and their welfare. And also, learning about where food comes from.
I'm Zenia Popova, reporting for BrookesTV.
It would be great to have a city farm in Oxford.
Especially having an attraction away from the city centre. That's it for this half. Do stay with us, as coming up after the break we have an interview with Renee Watson, who will be telling us all about the Oxfordshire Science Festival and the events involved with it.
We also have a report on Dancin Oxford, which took place recently, and a look into the motorsport world of banger racing. Bye for now. Hi, and welcome back to BrookesTV. Now, Oxfordshire is well known for its science industries, but one local festival hopes to popularise the subject as much as possible.
Earlier this week, I was joined in the studio by Renee Watson, the CEO of Oxfordshire Science Festival. I began by asking her what the key events are.
It's a really hard question to answer because we have so many events. So we've got in the region of around 100 events, and the whole point of the festival is to try and make science as accessible as possible to all people. So we have events for tinies who are, not even at school yet, right through to adults. So choosing one event is really, really difficult. One of the events that I'm really looking forward to is this afternoon, actually, at the Holywell Music Room. We have an event which is about exploring consciousness and is based on some research that was done into waking up during general anaesthetic, which is a huge fear for a lot of people, but what we have learned about consciousness through that. And there is a new composition, new piece of music that's been written to explore some of the experiences people have had of waking during anaesthetic.
Oh, wow.
So that should be quite good fun, I think.
It's so that genuinely concern of mine, so I might actually come watch that. Yeah. But would you say the festival is a good way to get children more involved from a younger age, like get their awareness increased and engagement in science?
I think so. I think science gets a fairly bad rap at school. A lot of the time it's seen as being the kind of geeky, boring subject. But actually what a festival can do is really bring science to life in a fun and engaging way. So a lot of our events are great for kids, lots and lots of interaction and hands-on activities so that they can learn some new things while doing some activities, doing some experiments themselves. In fact, I was in Cowley yesterday doing a new event that we're running down there. And I had a 13-year-old boy who was sort of playing basketball near where we were doing the activity. So I don't want to learn science, I'm not interested. And by the end of it, he was doing all the activities and he saw that there is a kind of fun and interactive, interesting and really relevant side to science. So it's moments like that that make me, feel like this is all worthwhile because that's really rewarding.
Exactly. And we're running short on time, but briefly, you teamed up with Dancin Oxford.
Yes.
Which is a collaboration you wouldn't really expect, but are you excited for that? Are you anticipating it?
Absolutely. I think we're lucky in Oxford because there are so many things going on. And I think that making science accessible is all about getting it fused with lots of different things that people are interested in. And because of the timing of the two dance and science festivals, they come together beautifully.
The Science Festival looks really great and it's actually on for the rest of the month.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. I'll be sure to check it out. Now, as we have just heard in our interview, the Dancin Oxford Festival has been taking place this week. BrookesTV went to take a look.
This is Dancin Oxford, a famous festival that has been going on for 6 years. It involves international, national and Oxford-based companies and dancers, as well as many interesting workshops and performances. This year, the festival will run from the 28th of February until the 9th of March. There are many dances will be shown in the festival, which are included dance film, family-friendly, free event, and dancing in the streets and so on.
My name is Claire Thompson and I'm Director of the Dancin Oxford Festival. I'm also Arts Development Officer for the City Council, and Dancin Oxford is a City Council event. Dancin Oxford has been going 9 years and it's a festival really to celebrate dance in the city. It's also an opportunity for people to see dance of different styles and have a go at different workshops. So over 11 days we have a full programme of dance activity. So really the whole idea of it is to give people a chance to engage in dance if they never have before. For those who really enjoy dance activity, give them a chance maybe to try something different. So the purpose of it starting 9 years ago essentially was to not just celebrate dance in the city, but also kind of provide a profile for dance, so that over the 11 days of the festival there's so much going on that people hopefully will get a chance to see something.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're the world's first and the only formation shopping trolley dance display team in the world. Did I say the world twice? Oops. Please give up. You can clap, scream and cheer for the one and only Granny Turismo.
Dancing in the streets is suitable for everybody. Look out for more impressive performances from Dancin Oxford's exciting program of outdoor dance performances at Bow Street.
I've been dancing since I'm in year 3, so that'd be about 8 years or something that I've been dancing for. I've been dancing for about 5 years, around about 5 years, yeah.
I've been dancing since I was 7, so yeah.
Family Dance Workshop is the kind of creative dance workshops for young children and their families. Movement games and imaginative movement adventures will inspire us to create our own family dances.
I'm one of the festival organisers. I help to plan and organise the festival, and I also do all the DJ stuff that happens with it. Next year is our 10th anniversary, so we'll plan a very special festival next year. Pleasure, pleasure.
This is really reporting from BrookesTV News.
Now, normally on Brookes TV, whenever we talk about cars, it's usually related to traffic issues.
However, today we are talking about cars in a completely different way. Brookes TV has been to take a look at the opposite side of motorsport. Neil Wilson reports.
This is a crazy motorsport of banger racing, the rough and raw end of the automobile racing spectrum. This sport, like other motorsport, is all about the car, but these cars aren't the high-end mammoth-costing machines the likes of Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton drive. No, these are clapback cars which were destined for the scrap heap.
Today we've come to Stanley Arena in Whitney, in Oxfordshire, to check out the other end of the motor world spectrum. And if you've ever wondered whatever happened to your old family hatchback from years gone by, then there's a good chance that it ended up in a place like this. Welcome to the world of banger racing.
Banger racing, like many other motorsports, involves racing each other around a track, with the winner being the first over the line. However, this genre of motorsport involves slightly more risk, as crashing into each other is actively encouraged. Banger racing is also different from other motorsports, which are generally expensive. Once you factor in all the parts of a highly priced racing machine, the cost can become astronomical. However, banger racing is a more reasonably priced entry into the world of motorsport. But don't think for a moment that these cars are not as well kept as their more well-known racing cousins. Even though these cars have seen better days and have clearly visible battle scars of previous duels, these cars are loved and cared for the same way as any other prized possession may be, with the owners dedicating a massive amount of time to their vehicles. One thing about banger racing you can't ignore is the excitement, and the fans here really love their sport. This may not have the glitz and glamour of any Formula 1, but to the competitors and spectators, this holds as much excitement, if not more, than any Grand Prix can offer.
No, it's not boring. It's not like some motorsport is just going around in a circle. You have crashes, like stuff like that. That's what people come here for, the crashes and the excitement.
The adrenaline, basically. I've played other sports before and it's never had the same adrenaline rush as racing does.
If you think the grown men and women who drive these machines are brave, spare a thought for the many youngsters who take part in the events. And don't let their age make you think this sport is any less exciting or dangerous than the older drivers' competitions. We spoke to the mother of one of the day's younger winners.
Words can't explain it, my heart's pounding so bad. She's had a third this morning and now she's just had a first. So her first ever wins as well, first ever trophy day. Brilliant.
We also asked her about the danger of banger racing and how it has impacted on her daughter's racing abilities.
She's had a bad accident, a real bad accident before, which I thought would knock her confidence. No, boosted her even more. She told me when she's out on that track, her adrenaline's pumping.
So there you have it, a brief introduction into the world of banger racing. And the next time you're about to get rid of your old car, ask yourself this question. Should you sell it for scrap, or before you do, give it one last chance of excitement and allow it to end its days at a place like this? This has been Neil Wilson for Brookes TV at Stanley Arena in Oxfordshire.
That looks amazing, and with my driving skills, I'm sure I'm perfect for that sport.
Your driving is not that bad, surely. Anyway, that's it for this week. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel for past episodes.
And if you wish to contact us, please email us at brookestv@brookes.ac.uk. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.
Goodbye.